Can you build a granny flat on your property? I would say that the most popular question we get asked is, can I build a granny flat on my property? The short answer in most cases is yes, provided you can comply with your council's planning policy. This is where it can get complicated. Hi, my name is Shane Williams. I'm the Managing Director and Registered Builder at Perth's Granny Flat Specialist. It's the first question you need to answer if you're considering building a granny flat. Granny flats are regularly defined as ancillary dwellings, meaning they are secondary to the main property on a single block. The residential design codes define this as a self-contained dwelling on the same lot as a single house, which can be attached to, integrated with, or detached from the single house. The following general regulations govern granny flats across most local councils. Granny flats can only be built on residential zone property. Each residential property is limited to one granny flat. The block must be at least 450 square metres to build a granny flat. The granny flat can have no more than 70 square metres of living space. However, patios, verandas or carports can be attached in addition to that allowance. Granny flats cannot exist on strata title, subdivided or community title property. Granny flats can be attached to the primary dwelling or can be freestanding. Avoiding delays in the planning stage is usually about designing your granny flat to comply with the residential design codes. Some councils will have a few extra guidelines, and it will help to be aware of these before you spend too much time on your design. The main things which we need to comply with are setback requirements. Usually we need to set a granny flat 1 to 1.5 metres from the boundary. This depends on openings, length and height of the wall. Plot ratio, this depends on your zoning, but general rule is you want to leave around 50% of open space not covered by buildings and roof. Wall heights are no more than 3 metres and gable heights are no more than 5.5 metres. Depending on your council, there may be a requirement to provide an additional car parking space if your property is greater than 800 metres from a train station or 250 metres from a high frequency bus route. There are even some councils in Perth who have removed the need for a planning application for granny flats as long as they comply with all of the R code requirements. If you would like to know more about the steps involved with building a granny flat, download our free guide, the 10-step guide to building your perfect granny flat. Here's a link below. If you've got any questions, please feel free to get in touch. We're happy to help, and it may give us an idea for a future video.